myself to begin this show. How the fuck does fucking shit work? And I think that that's a question that has multiple possible angles on it. It's a material question. How the fuck does fucking shit work? How do the material processes function that bring us to this stage ecologically, such that we're facing possible crisis and such that we're actually beginning to experience some of the experiential aspects of climate change? There's that question. But that question is also related to the question of why shit works in the first place. What is the meaning of being here in the first place? Now, typically we think now that that latter question is a question for philosophy, right? You enter a philosophy 101 course, you ask yourself the meaning of life. Or it's in the province of religion. And science, on the other hand, is a totally different province that describes mechanically how things operate. Do you understand this distinction that I'm making, these how questions versus these why questions? But originally in the context of ancient science and philosophy in various different civilizations, but I'm mostly thinking of the Western tradition because that's what I'm trained in, these questions were one question all at once. And I sometimes think that the fact that we have made them so divided, we have philosophical questions of value over here and mechanical, physical questions about physical systems over here, that very division is part of what's brought us to this precipice, or this feeling of a precipice, that we don't integrate our questions of value, of why we're here. What is this mystery of actually being here in this moment, baby? With our questions of how things work in the first place. Round of applause for Bella, everybody. So this is a song about that, and it's called How the Fuck Does Fucking Shit Work? You ever find yourself asking this question, how the fuck does fucking shit work? You're just living your life, you're just a baby, you know what I mean? Or you're about to turn 80, or you're just living your life and trying to do your thing, and you find yourself observing that a bunch of fucking shit is upside down in this world. But that question of what the fuck is going on is related to this question of how the fuck fucking shit works in the first place, and what is the fucking meaning of shit? And if we could perhaps reintegrate these questions and look at them all holistically, perhaps we could join the ranks of those who have asked from the dawn of time these important questions such as, are we doomed? And how the fuck does fucking shit work? People have been wondering how the fuck shit works since before there was fuck shit or any other words, the function of which were to give names to objects and find a latent order in the sprawling chaoticness. Aw shit, it's fire, it's bright at night, look, I don't know where it came from, but now I can cook. It's from a higher power, I'ma write that in a book, I'ma praise it for millennia. That's how long it took until it occurred to me that the person that I'm worshipping can't account for all the phenomena I'm observing quite perfectly. And I gazed at my fire and whatever was frying up, and I thought perhaps its flames were made of elemental fire stuff, and water's made of water stuff, and earth is made of earth stuff, and air is made of air, and I and all I've ever heard of are made from these two, being just some conglomerates of parts and wholes, particles of a bunch of other smaller shit. But how small shit get? Is it infinitely divisible? Or a big and small balanced by some kind of invisible power? Or is it random and at bottom inert? In short, how the fuck does fucking shit work? It was heard in the cave and the hut and the yurt. How the fuck does fucking shit work? Is this making sense so far? Plato thought the universe was a living organism, a unitary animal with spirit, form, and vision. He got it from Pythagoras, who got it from Egyptians, who got it from a mashup of observations and religions that sprawl into the vastness of history's distance. And if that just seems like an idiotic inference, it isn't. All I know is life. It is my principal condition. Life is all I am, and from it I am arisen. So why would I assume that other shit within the system at which I look and listen isn't in the same position? I grow, trees grow, our forms are rearranged, winds and oceans blow and flow as if with conscientious change. There's nothing that I know that doesn't sometimes do it. So all is soul and life, for all is rife with movement. It's a beautiful construction. It hits you like a bullet. But just because it's beautiful doesn't mean it isn't bullshit. Is it all a big soul or a bunch of frickin' dirt? How the fuck does fucking shit work? You feeling me on this? Now, it's interesting to think about, right? Some of the themes that we've been addressing are such as this. Is matter just matter? Is it just inert stuff that just follows mechanical processes? You know what I mean? Are we just stuff, and our consciousness is just an epiphenomenon, as it's called, just sort of an illusion that wafts up from matter? How many of you feel that way? Like there's no such thing as a soul per se, it's just matter doing matter things. Just by a show of hands. Wow, what a spiritual bunch you are. I told you they're not going to feel like we're doomed. How about all of you? Do you tend to lean toward the sort of materialist, metaphysical viewpoint? Okay, all right, round of applause. And how about you, Bella? I keep saying fuck instead of, I'm so sorry. Don't say fuck. Unless you're being philosophical. On the other hand, there's a more panpsychistic view of reality. Have you ever heard of the term panpsychism? So we got materialism over on one side. Panpsychism is the notion that in matter, there's a sort of agency, there's a sentience, there's a feeling, there's another side of reality that exhibits that same sort of thing of consciousness, and perhaps it permeates all of reality, and that's another way of looking at things. And that was actually more common in the ancient world, but in early modern science, this began to be sort of eschewed and excised from the way that the sciences worked. And perhaps that's one of the things that have caused things to be fucked up. Newton supposed that a God that's all-knowing preconceived the world machine and then set the ball rolling, such that anyone who knows all of the relevant conditions within a physical system could make accurate predictions of all possible events. And so even without God, knowing what the fuck's what becomes an approachable job. Stats, past, and futures, and there's nothing actually mystic in this universe that's absolutely deterministic. But further observation of really, really tiny stuff suggested that conception still wasn't quite fine enough. For subatomic particles whose masses are mad small don't behave in accordance with the common sense facts at all. And we can make guesses about how they'll act later, but they seem to express a lot of random behavior. And if the parts that comprise things just kind of do whatever, then what the fuck holds all of the larger stuff together? And what makes it gather just so in its random fall? Is there some supernatural shit happening here after all? Quantum mechanical uncertainty, word, how the fuck does fucking shit work? There's only 10 more minutes, don't worry. Now what we have is intellectual unrest, the inevitable result of knowing Dick Bupkis, wondering not just what, but even if stuff is, and when we hear an answer, fearing to trust it. And we're back once more to our former condition, but with much less faith and with less fucks given, whether anyone can answer the old inquisition of what the fuck's happening and is anyone listening? And next to the question of what the nature of matter is the question of just what's at stake when we're asking it. Is the universe for our use or are we its tools? The answers are opaque and the askers are fools. Is Earth other than us, self-balancing steadily? Or is she our mother and we're fucking her edibly? And is it just in reference to us that she's precious? And which comes first, the physics or the ethics? I hope you didn't think I would tell you what the answer is. I'll probably forget that we were asking this after this. The fact is I'm alive. I live on Earth. I'ma figure out a way to make the fucking shit work. How the fuck does fucking shit work? 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 Everybody, how the fuck does fucking shit work? How the fuck does fucking shit, Bella? How the fuck does this fucking shit work? And are we doomed? Thanks, everybody.